Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond and my first inventory video. So some of you may know that I have finally completed doing my cataloging. So I wanted to move on to some inventory videos, and I did put the question out in my half-yearly update, and only one person got back to me about what their sort of interests were in regards to inventory, what their favorites were. So thank you, Nona. I'm going with your suggestions first. So I decided to start with the foundations and concealers. I'm going to do them all in the one video. Hopefully it doesn't go on too long, but if I did just foundations by themselves, it would probably be a really short video. So I do have my laptop in front of me and I'm going to sort of refer to that. So what I thought I would cover is only what I had at the start of this year, because anything that I've decluttered or I have brought in new into the collection, not particularly in these categories but across the board, that I've covered them in my entries and my exits, so or my empties videos, so you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so you will notice me looking down. Like I said, I have my laptop here, and I just want to make sure that I don't forget to sort of mention the things that I may have used up or decluttered. But I will be skipping the new stuff at least. I just, like I said, I can't show you things that I have emptied or decluttered, so but I will mention them. So anyway, moving on, I am just going to quickly do a search for my foundations. So if I just double check here, so at the start of the year I had 13, and that includes all types of foundations, whether it be BB cream, CC cream, normal foundations, liquids and powder. So I'll start with the powder one because that is the only powder foundation that I have, and I got this as a sample from a pharmacy in a bag quite a while ago, and it's by Nude by Nature. So a bit of reflection there. I don't have my ring light on today, so hopefully it doesn't come over too cloudy and I keep up with the decent amount of light coming in through the windows. So this is a potential declutter. I didn't buy it with my own money, and I have used it a few times when I have not been bothered to do much makeup and I just wanted something to even my skin tone out a little bit. It's not really the right colour for me, and especially since I've been on the antibiotic for my skin and I'm avoiding the sun, I've gotten a lot more paler and I just think it's too dark. So you may see it in a future entries, empties and exits video. So, but yeah, so the one and only powder foundation. So okay, so moving on to the liquids, I did have one that I used up, which was my Sheer Glow, NARS Sheer Glow in Santa Fe. It took me quite a while to use that one up. It seemed to be never ending, and I actually really do like that, and it is a shade that I use as a comparison shade when I'm trying to find something suitable if I purchase online, which I don't like doing, but I may have no choice eventually. Like, it's going to take me quite a while to get through what I've got, but I would really like to try the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, and unfortunately it is not stocked in Australia, not at Sephora and not at Mecca. I did speak to one of the Mecca sales assistants, and she said that apparently it may come to Australia at some point, but the decision was yet to be made whether or not it would be Mecca or Sephora that ranged it. So unfortunately I still can't get it, and I'm glad in a way, because that way I'm not tempted to buy it and I need to use up what I've got. So but like I said, Santa Fe is a a shade that I do use for comparison. Now, I had 3 declutters, and 2 were the Ordinary in the Serum Foundation it was 2.0p, which was meant to be a pink base, but it was still way too yellow for me. Really wasn't fussed, and I've managed to give both of those away to other people rather than throwing them out. The one other declutter I had was just a really, really small sample of a La Roche-Posay BB cream, and I don't know why. I was just talking to Andrea from Beauty with Andy in comments this morning. I think it was about, or maybe was it on Instagram? I don't know. But yeah, it was in regards to, it was about the Flower Beauty foundation. Apparently the one she's got has a very short shelf life, and I was saying that, you know, a lot of products last well and truly past their expiry dates, but for some reason this particular BB cream, on the notes that I've left, it was that the product was out of date, so I had to throw it out. But I did try it before I threw it out, and I did quite like it. So I don't know. I just think there's so much choice on the market that I don't know if I ever really would go out of my way to buy that product, but you just never know. So okay, so out of 13 products, I've managed to get rid of 4 through either using up or decluttering, which leaves me with 9 foundations, and that's what I have here in front of me, and that's what I'm going to show you first. If this video does get too long, I might just skip and do concealers in a separate video, because I actually have a lot of concealers, so we'll see. Okay, so I may as well, I've already got this one. So this is the Flower Beauty foundation Light Illusion, and the shade is Ivory. So I have yet to open this one, and that was part of the conversation that I was having with Andrea, was the fact that I try not to have multiples open. If I can help it, I like to try and open up and make a decision, either use something up or I declutter it. I don't want to have multiple foundations opened at once. Unfortunately, that's something I've only just started this year, so I do believe some of these I may have multiples that are open at the moment, but I'm not going to open anymore. So yeah, and this one, in all honesty, I think it may end up being, despite me being quite pale, it may be too light for me. So we shall see. I don't really mind too much if foundations, as long as the tone's right. If they're a bit pale, it's okay, because, you know, we use blush and bronzer and contour shades and whatnot to get colour back into our face. So, and speaking of colour, I'll quickly show you my eyes, just a little bit of a distraction here. I used my Dose of Colours Sassy Sienna's palette for the first time ever, and I actually, in spite of not being super happy with the performance of the shadows, I really do like the colours. So anyway, I'm not going to go into it now, but just to show you, that is what I've got on my eyes today, with a few other products thrown in. So if you're curious, I have put a post up on Instagram about that. So okay, so moving on, I'm going to move the products as I go. I'm going to move them over. Next one. Okay, so the one I'm currently using and what I've got on today is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream. It's in light, and I think it's a pretty good match for my skin. It's feels really nice. I like the fact that it's not doesn't make my skin go oily. It's quite dewy, and yeah, I'm not really one for matte foundations, because I think, especially, you know, getting older, and I just don't think I can get away with it anymore. And I also, before going off the contraceptive pill, my skin was quite normal, and I tended to go more for the dewy foundations, whereas now that I'm more oily, I probably could get away with the matte a bit better, but I just prefer the look of dewy ones, as long as they don't make me too oily. So and I haven't checked the ingredients to see whether or not this has got oil in it, but I'm just having a quick look on the back, and I can't see the ingredients anywhere, so it was probably on the outer packaging. But anyway, I'm really enjoying using this, and I do have a sample here of the same foundation, but this is in medium, so it'd be too dark for me at the moment. We'll see come summertime. I don't see myself getting off this medication anytime soon. I have mentioned quite a few times how badly I broke out after I came off the pill, and I've had a really bad breakout this week, which you can't, like, you can see them, but with me sitting back, you can't notice them too bad, and obviously the foundation covers over some of it. But yeah, I don't like my chances of coming off that medication, so I'm gonna have to continue to avoid the sun and be pale. So, but you know, I don't want to risk skin cancer, so, and I don't want to get more freckles. So those two, so that's, I'll move them over. Okay, so that leaves me with 5. So this is one that I bought, and I'm not 100% sure. I found it difficult to get an exact shade match in this one, but it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. So it's in 220 and so it may still be a little bit too yellow for me, but I am more of a peach than a pink. So but we'll see when I get to open that one. And I feel that it's such a big bottle. I really don't know. I think I've got at least a couple of years worth of supply here, to be honest. So that Charlotte Tilbury foundation really is going to have to wait. Alright, so these are in no real particular order, and you can see here that I do have a range of drugstore versus more sort of high-end products here. I've also got a couple of indie brands in there as well. So I've got this Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear by L'Oreal Paris, and it is in shade 130, which is True Beige. I did sample this in the pharmacy before I bought it. I don't know if I'm going to like being a 24-hour one. I'm sure I had another 24-hour foundation prior to starting the no buy, and I think I gave it away to my daughter's friend, but it seems like a lifetime ago, so I can't even recall what brand it was. But yeah, anyway, being a 24-hour wear, I'm guessing that's matte. I really haven't looked into it too much. It was at a time I bought it when I was just so caught up in the hype of hearing, you know, reviews online and on Instagram and everything, and I'm like, oh, I have to try that. I really wish that I had not gotten so many foundations, because they're just sitting there getting old while I'm using up what I've got. So you know, unless I really believe now, unless something is limited edition when it comes to this type of product, that just wait until you're ready and you're actually going to use it. So anyway, it's done now and I've got it, and we'll see whether or not I keep that one or not. This one I do know I've tried it in store when I got my makeup, complimentary makeup done. I have actually used this and I really like it, and it is more of a peach. It's called medium peach. So it's a Terribly Densyless foundation from by Terry, and this is the most expensive. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's the most expensive foundation that I have in my stash. So and I don't know if I'll ever repurchase it, but we'll see. I think the two favorites of mine at this stage are these two, and this is still considerably cheaper than this one. So Alrighty, it's already 15 minutes in, guys, so I think that I probably will split this up because I've obviously been rambling too much. Who thought I would have so much to say about some foundations? So the last two are indies I've got is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. So it's a matte but a velvety matte, so hopefully it will be nice on my skin. We shall see. I got the shade Malta, which is number 640. I know it's really struggling to read things. I've told my husband next visit to the optometrist I will be finally giving in and getting glasses. So again, have not swatched this. Online purchase, matched it the best I could online, so we'll see how I like that one when the time comes. And even if it is too pale for me right now, if I like the performance, sorry, not too pale, too dark, or not a good color match, if it performs well, I probably won't declutter it, only because I know that my skin may change throughout the year. And even in summer, even if I don't go darker, we do tend to go that bit more bronzed and whatever. So hopefully I can still work with some of these even if they're not perfect matches. So and the last one is Oma Beauty. I bought this from Beauty Bay. I'm hoping I pronounced it correctly. It's UOMA, and it's the Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. So again, not a strong matte, and I've got it in Fair Lady T2N, and I did, at the time I knew what it was all about, and I got the one that seemed to be suitable for my skin type. So now that my skin has changed, hopefully that it's still okay for me. It's quite interesting the fact the way they go about, they've got all different formulas within their foundations to suit all different types of skins. So so that is it. I have 9 foundations. I'm just going to close my laptop up and get rid of it. And I know this is not a lot compared to a lot of other people, and a lot of people have multiple foundations on the go, but that's just not how I do it. So that is everything I've got in my stash for foundations. And yeah, like I said, it's not a lot compared to some people, but it's a lot for me. And where other people may not have as much in some areas, I probably have way more than them. So we're all different in what we love, and yeah, I think that if I hadn't started my no buy, I probably would have maybe added a few more. So anyway, it's what I've got, and hopefully we'll see. I've got, what, we're nearly at the end of July now, so I've got another 5 months to hopefully try and get some more of these out of my collection. So that's it. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video, and yes, the next inventory video at least. I don't know if that'll be the next one that I film, but that will be with my concealers, and hopefully I can rip through them a little bit quicker than what I have with my foundations.